Morning, Friday morning. It is Friday, November the 22nd. Rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And let me tell you something. There's a lot going on in the world of weather. First off, top stories. No surprise. If you haven't stepped outside yet, you're in for a little bit of a shock. It's chilly. It's chilly outside. You're going to want to put the blankets over you. And admittedly, maybe I shouldn't be so proud to say it. I had to throw the heat on. I was that cold last night. Yeah. Don't at me. Don't judge me. Anyway, it's cold outside. We're going to chat about temperatures right now. We're going to chat about where we're going from here. And for those traveling, we've got you covered as well with the whole pre-Thanksgiving and even post-Thanksgiving outlook, which includes, by the way, some cooler temperatures again. Are y'all ready for that? Very good. First and foremost, since it's chilly outside, let's get kind of a lay of the land. Here's a look outside over in Brevard County. There's a live look at Port Canaveral. A couple of clouds over top of us, but otherwise we are doing just fine. It is gorgeous. Nothing to see on our first warning live Doppler radar. Temperatures definitely reflecting a nice change. It's 51 in Orlando. 46 in the Villages, 48 in Daytona Beach. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shock to the system. Even Melbourne waking up to 48 degrees, which means that our temperatures are running 5, 10, even 15 degrees more, more. 5, 10, 15 degrees cooler than we were this time yesterday. So it's a shock to the system, my friends. From here, we look great. Oh, baby. 60 degrees, 11 o'clock, 64 degrees by 1, 67 our high temperature forecast today. Lots of sunshine. We're going to keep that breeze, but temperatures are going to remain cool through the entirety of the day. So if you're heading out to the theme parks, for example, SeaWorld opens up in 1 hour, 57 and a half minutes. It's looking great. Heading out to any of the other theme parks, it's looking great. So today, chef's kiss, right? Today's what? Today's Friday. We know that it's going to be gorgeous. What about tonight? Let's chat a little bit about our overnight lows here because you're going to see a nice little stretch of cool temperatures. Tonight, 43 in Orlando. Sunday, 44 in Orlando. We'll get to the don't you worry, I'm going to take you neighborhood by neighborhood. And then Monday, Tuesday, we start to climb just a little bit, okay? So let's talk about tonight briefly. Tonight. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, here's tonight's forecast, okay? 43 in Orlando, 41 in Leesburg, 41 in DeLand, 37 in Ocala, which means, yes, we very possibly will be talking about frost in our northern areas. And when I say frost in our northern areas, here's going to be the key driver. Right there, the wind. Tonight, frost is possible in the more sheltered, low-lying areas where wind won't add friction. And for those of you that are new to Coffee Talk and you're unfamiliar with the meteorologics of this, I love talking. Clearly, I do a half an hour every day. I love talking about the weather. So why would we not see frost? Well, temperatures, when you get to 37, you could start talking about frost. But with wind of 5 to 10 miles an hour, there's just enough of a breeze that you, believe it or not, there's friction, right? And so that friction, what happens when you run your hands together like this? Friction causes heat. So the wind actually causes a bit of a heating element, which frost needs it completely still for that sublimate, yada. So anyway, with the breeze the way that it is, frost is less likely, but there will be, I'm telling you now, there's always little sheltered spots that get frost, okay? So there's that, all right? Just plan accordingly. Now, that's Saturday morning. Jackets, absolutely. Kara says, interesting. I thought wind would bring colder. Love learning here. See, we're just one big happy nerd community. Yeah. The wind makes it feel colder though. Here's so 40. Let's just take a mental picture here. 43 in Orlando, but you add in just a 5-mile-an-hour wind. Here's the wind chills. It will feel like 41 in Orlando. In Ocala, it will feel like 35. Again, wind chill makes it feel cooler because the wind is like cutting at you. Cuts like a knife. It feels so right. You know the song. You know the song. So wind chills are going to play in Saturday morning. All right. So jackets absolutely necessary. Okay. Now, for those that are curious, does this mark the coldest air of the season? The answer is no, or I should say the coldest of the year. No, because January 21st is the coldest of the year. That was 38. This will be 43 in Orlando. So to that point, it's chilly, but it's not the coldest of the year. And this is a Kellyanne class graphic. We really should add a question mark. Coldest air of the year? Question mark. I love this. I was today years old when I learned about wind and frost. See, messy bun, Millie? We all like to talk. It doesn't have to be hurricaning for us to learn about the weather. That's what's kind of fun, right? I like it. It's kind of neat. Brian, good morning to you. Yeah, you know Brian Adams, Terry. You know. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. I think it's a fantastic stretch of weather ahead. For outdoor activity. Like, for example, lots of people are going to be out Sunday for the Orlando City game. That is looking outstanding. That is looking great. So we know tomorrow morning temperatures are going to be chilly. What about Saturday afternoon, right? Let's chat about tomorrow afternoon. After waking up to 30s and 40s, highs in the mid 60s, it's going to be a chilly Saturday afternoon, right? Sunday morning, here's for me where I'm perhaps a little more watching for frost. I think the temperatures will still be in the upper range of the 30s north of town, but the winds will be calmer. To me, we'll probably have some frost tomorrow morning, but I would suspect looking ahead to Sunday morning, we'll probably have more frost in our northwestern spots, okay? Then into Sunday afternoon, temperatures starting to climb back into the 70s, and then on and on and on from there, back into the upper range of the 70s, etc. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Let's just kind of look through the scope here and get an idea of where we're at. All right, this weekend. What kind of an adjective can we pick for literal perfection, right? Like gorgeous, absolutely phenomenal, stupendous, blooded, like unreal. Just so nice. Right? I mean, right? Just so nice. Now, we get into Wednesday, Thursday. So this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, big travel days around the country. Thursday, of course, is Thanksgiving. So let's start with Tuesday and let's just kind of talk travel. All right. So for right now, here's where we are for travel forecast on Tuesday. We had talked a little bit earlier this week about the potential of some winter precipitation. You kind of see, a little bit of winter precipitation, a little bit of snowfall, but mostly it's going to be rain. 57 on Tuesday in New York, 53 or so in Boston, 41 up in Michigan, Chicagoland, dry. Snowed yesterday. I was talking to my buddy Stephen Holt yesterday, who's a main anchor at WMAQ in Chicago. And he was talking about the first snow of the season, like emotionally getting there. But at any rate, the Northeast Corridor does have some rain that may lead to some issues. Look out west, though, right? Like Denver, big United Airlines hub, starting to see some snow building through the Rockies and all the way through the deserts of California. Rain even coming into, look at that, from Southern California up into San Francisco. So Tuesday, may have some travel hiccups, we'll say. Wednesday. Now, this is the big travel day, right? Good news for the northeastern United States, right? The big travel hubs, Boston, the big three in New York, Philadelphia for American Airlines, Atlanta for Delta. We're looking phenomenal. There is going to be some snow moving into Denver, so for United Airlines West Coast operations, could have some issues there. Chicago, we'll have to see how that little storm tries to set up. Looks like we may have some snow there. And of course, Chicago is a big United hub. Southwest runs through Midway there. So, could have some issues there. Otherwise, Wednesday is really looking pretty good for travel. And then, of course, into Thursday, stand by. Got to type this in. Cuts like a knife and it feels so right. All right, there's Thursday. Yeah, another so this could get interesting, right? Because for Thursday, this is Thanksgiving. We've got another frontal boundary starting to get its act together, so we're starting to develop all the rain, of course. But notice we've got some rain and the rain snow line close-ish to New York City. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be rain, but also at the moment, it also looks like we could be dealing with some rain for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which of course we air on WESH 2. 48 and rainy actually sounds terrible. Hopefully we'll be able to delay the rain until later on in the day so that the parade isn't impacted, but that may play out. And then, of course, for Friday, that front moves into our direction. And so all of this moisture moves our direction. And we've talked a lot about that on Coffee Talk the last couple of days, frankly. But into Friday, we've been discussing this idea of a cold front moving in. So this is where it gets interesting, right? So if Black Friday, we've got this frontal boundary bringing us showers, guess what that means? Afterward, beyond Black Friday for Thanksgiving weekend, another front bringing highs in the 60s, morning lows in the 40s. GFS is not as much, so we'll have to play that out. But essentially, it looks like we're going to start a warming trend through Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving weekend we could perhaps drop back off. I feel like we've been talking about that quite a bit on Coffee Talk for a while. For what, a month or so, that we've got that bit of a change. So hey, I'll take it. But in the meantime, my friends, we are looking really, really good. We've got nothing but sunshine on our holiday forecast, right? Look at that. Perfection. I love it. Audra says it's flurrying in the Asheville area this morning. Bestie sent a video. Oh, good gravy. Let Bluey fly. Keep the rain away from the parade. We need Bluey to fly. We need Chattermax in. Go. Warm it up. So anyway, sunshine here. We're going to have some winter stuff elsewhere. Can't shovel sunshine. You've been talking about rain around Thanksgiving for months. I don't know about months, but I feel like it's been about a month. All aboard the cold front train, Cindy says. Yeah, so to that point, the big question is going to be that Black Friday deal. And here's the latest GFS and look at the temperature trends there, right? Because that 80-80, so that's Thanksgiving Thursday, Black Friday, the 28th, 29th. Then Saturday, November 30th, 74, 76, December 1st, Sunday. So the GFS is starting to sniff out a front, but it's trying to figure out exact positioning of wind direction and all that fun stuff. So it's starting. That's the current 6Z GFS. If we go back to the 0Z, look at that. I mean, the 0Z was, holy cannoli. December 3rd, Tuesday, a high of 57 and a low of 37. So the GFS is, doing GFS things of back and forth and going crazy, like whatever. 54 on the. So anyway, it's trying to get there. It's trying to dial that in, and it will. It will. If you look just at the raw GFS, and we use this for hurricane season oh so much, but we can turn it around and we can use the United States view. Perfect. All right. So this is pressure. All right. Storm system over The northeast now, cold front, moves away. High pressure builds over us. There's the next storm system. That's Tuesday of next week, bringing some of that moisture and frontal action to the eastern seaboard Tuesday into Wednesday. There's that Thursday, that next front, that lowered pressure over the southeast United States clearing out. I mean, that's the GFS, but it's really more. It's kind of a milder front for us, at least in pressures. And then that next one turns the winds better. Yeah, that next one's going to give us that colder blast around December 2nd, at least according to the GFS. So that makes sense. In terms of precipitation, let's switch over multi-parameter, precip type. There we go. We'll do the thickness. All right. So a little bit of snow, a little bit of winter stuff up north. Look at that. Could see some more flurries down into New York City. There's that next storm system. That's Tuesday. So GFS. Yeah, look at that. All right, so the GFS, let's just zoom into the northeast for just a minute. All right, here's Thanksgiving Day. Let's talk precipitation. So this is, we're going to go 3-hour blocks. So this is going to be 7 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. Notice that 540 line just north of New York City, that blue. You see how it's 540 is blue, 546 is red? That's usually your those are thickness lines. And the difference in thickness from 540 to 546 is basically the freezing line, for lack of a better term. So this is 7 a.m. on Thanksgiving Thursday. This is 10 a.m. on Thanksgiving Thursday. Precip starting to move in. Oh man, and that 540, 546 line is like so close to New York City. This is 1 p.m. So as of right now, the GFS is basically saying the beginning of the parade looks good, but toward the end of the parade, we may be seeing some rain and sleet and snow and grapple and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then afterward, oh man, there's that storm system. It's all going to depend on where that little low sets up. If it's a little further west versus a little further east. Good times. My brother says you won't show St. Pete, but we get a zoom in on New York City. Nice. You're on literally every one of my maps. You're just in the bottom corner. There's a little parade. There's a little parade happening up there on Thanksgiving, you putz. And we're not tracking snow in St. Pete versus Orlando. Janet, you're talking about the parade in New York City? Yes, yeah. That's all. Snow on the parade. I don't know. At the moment, it looks like it probably would be some wet flakes, if anything. It'd be interesting to see. So anyway, we've got some active-ish weather in that vicinity, but you know, thankfully here in Florida, morning temperatures in the 50s for Thanksgiving, afternoon temperatures in the 80s. Not too bad. Eric says, Frank, some of us are not here every day. There it is. So, Central Florida, can't beat that Thanksgiving forecast. Yeah. Right? All right. So, questions about kind of where we're looking these next couple of days. And then we can start going a little more long range. Jay says, wet flakes? Sounds like New York City to me. I say that as a native. Yeah, yeah. Tiffany Cabo, here I come. Cabo. Love that. Preston's asking, will it rain on Christmas in Tampa? Well, we're like a month out. We can kind of broaden it out and get an idea. Yeah, all right. We can broaden it out and look. A lot of people are asking about the bomb cyclone out west. There's storms that are coming in. They're deep storms that are coming in. I mean, I don't need to spend much time on those because they don't impact us directly. And they're the West Coast. So it's you know, it's a little outside of my typical jurisdiction, right? But, you know, yeah. All right. So that's our 7-day forecast. Now, let's talk a little bit about the BSR. For those of you that are new, the BSR is referred to as the Bering Sea Rule or the Bering Strait Rule. And the idea with this is it's a teleconnection. It's a way for us to look way out in the future and just kind of get an idea, okay, of what of what could be. All right. A somewhat non-standard technique, but I like to use things as best as I can. Yeah. Adam understood. Just curious if it shows up on the BSR. The BSR does. The problem with the BSR is it's a little more eastern 4/5 of the country. I mean, I feel like it would show up, but not. It's the west coast of the country gets into a little bit more of a blur, if you will, with it. So, all right. So here we are. We'll roll through. Nice cold front action there. Pulling up the calendar. All right. So that's the front around Thanksgiving. That's showing up Black Friday-ish. There's the next front. That's the December 2nd, December 3rd front. So far, matching up beautifully on what the GFS is initialized. So that makes sense. High pressure. This is a sloppy little pattern here. 5th, 6th, 7th. That December 5th, 6th, 7th. I'm curious. I didn't even go to look. Does the GFS go out that far? Let me turn this around. Let me come back to the southeast. So the GFS, let me go here. Oh, I need to go to 6 hour. There we are. So 5th, 6th, 7th, the models are showing. So the models are showing the models are showing a front in that time frame. That's the 8th, though. I'm curious, is the 6th? Okay. All right, look at the difference here. Okay, so the current run is a 6Z. Let's go back one run to the 0Z. 0Z, 5th, 6th, 7th, had a storm system further north, right? But if we go to the current run, the newest run, look at how this run is firing up a low like further south and then it being more of a coastal low there. 6th, 7th. That lines up pretty well with the BSR. Look at that. That's the BSR. That would make sense. 5th, 6th, 7th. The new run of the GFS is starting to sniff that out a little bit better. Yeah, that makes sense. So 5th, 6th, 7th, probably a pretty good little storm system in our area. And then what are you? Like another one around South Florida. 9th, 10th, 11th. So interesting. Again, these are just teleconnections, but it's nice ways to kind of just eyeball forward. And then beyond, another storm system. 11, 12, 13th. That's a decent signature there. Like out of everything, this is quite a signature of a storm system. 14th, 15th, 16th. 14th, 15th, 16th of December. A pretty big signature there of a pretty big signature of a storm system moving through 14th, 15th, 16th. And then getting into Christmas, this is as far out as it goes. This is around Christmas Day. So around Christmas Day, is it kind of a sloppy pattern? Does Christmas look wet for us? Right now, that's kind of the indication. Maybe a sloppy pattern. Cloudy, coolish, damp. 500 height. Yeah, I mean that would be kind of a dampish, coolish pattern for us. for that's Christmas. So interesting. That's looking way out, but for now it kind of looks like Christmas is going to be cloudy and damp. That would be my first thought, just kind of looking at the tea leaves here. So nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. I don't want you to think that that's the case at all. But just looking at the way out machine, that's what we're looking at. Christmas is looking cloudy and wet. May not be a white Christmas, maybe a wet one though. We'll see. All right. In the meantime, oh, look at all that sunshine, y'all. It's looking beautiful for Central Florida. Highs 60s, 70s, 80s, and then into the weekend just after Thanksgiving. Probably going to look great. Probably going to look great. I love it. I love it. Chris, it's a little early to get into that. Yeah, it's a little early. It's a little early for that. Was it right after a frontal boundary? I feel like that was a time frame that I had talked about a little storm system kind of being around, right? It's a little early because we're still on the GFS. We're not into actual BSR stuff. So it's a little early to try and get into a little more specificity of that. No on the mimosas, yes on an air fryer. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, once we get in within about 50, because today's the 22nd. Give me another 5 days, Chris, and I can probably give you a better idea, bud. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? We, I suppose, need to figure out who our first guest will be for the Coffee Talk drive-through. Probably need to figure that one out. Does any of this stuff look like Milton on repeat? I need to work on that. Yeah, I don't know. I need to work on that. I'll get there. Matthew, I didn't. Could you resend it? The new version of iOS, it categorizes stuff differently, and it's throwing a ton of stuff into junk, and yeah, what a mess. Claire, I should bother Claire again. Do I even still have her? Hold on. Claire! I want to book you for coffee talk once and for all. All right. Love her. Like love her. The little heart, like a heart from Claire Metz carries some real panache. Matt, I'm working on it. I'll want it too. Maybe I'll fly in this year. Ah, all right. I guess so. So I kind of like the random entry draw for drive-through guests. You never know what you'll get. It's kind of fun. We'll have to do some of that this year too. So I'm just trying to think. So when would be? So all right. So if today's the 22nd, theoretically, right? Like next week's the last week of hurricane season. Love that. So maybe December 6th would be our first. Because next week, listen, I mean, next week it's gonna be family time, and I'll do some version of coffee talk each day, right? But yeah. So yeah, so December 6th would be the first Friday outside of hurricane season, and then the 7th is the Emmys. Holy cannoli. A veteran reporter much admired by all of us. Claire Metz. Oh yeah. Matt, with 2.9 cycles away from Sun and Fun. We're gonna start. I'm gonna spend some time on that today. I'm doing the noon and 4 today, so I also have to do the things. I have to work on the graphics. I made a nice zoomy version of graphics where it starts tight and kind of zooms out. So I need to do some other stuff. Yeah, we'll work on it. November into December is usually when we start getting a really good idea of the cycling duration. We'll get there. We want your dad on. I don't know if he wants to be on. I got to respect that. I don't know. Are we in a La Nina or El Nino season? Can't Mother Nature make up her mind? Well, yeah, I mean, technically we're neutral, but point taken. Cindy says, yeah, no coffee talk drive-through on Black Friday. Most of us will still be in turkey comas. The rest will be busting store doors. Yeah, right. I may be able to volunteer. Oh, look at you. That's fun. Sun and Fun Radio. Oh my God, I'm excited for Sun and Fun this year. Just need to get a Mooney to fly in it. All right, people. That's all I have. Y'all have anything else? Anybody? Suspenders. What about suspenders? What are we talking about suspenders? I have no idea what we mean. My son is flying tomorrow from Vanderbilt. Looking forward to having him home for Thanksgiving. Isn't that what it's all about? Congratulations, Becca. Love that. Love that. All right. That's all I got. Also, thank you all for being with me. Just all the time. Thank you all for being with me. Still looking for that Mooney meme I lost. Oh, Matt. I'm trying to find a Mooney to fly. I found one to get some training up in Ocala. So to get some time and type, I'm going to be driving to Ocala to do some flying. I'll take it. Oh, St. Augustine lights up tonight. Is it really? Oh, always love that, the St. Augustine lights. I feel like every year I try to make it up that direction. What'd you make for dinner last? I did chili in the crock pot. I'll show you. It was wonderful. Look at that. This is everything making friends with itself. There it is, just becoming friendly. Oh yeah, it was good. It was good. All right. Had to make chili. We've transitioned to soup mode. Fly to Ocala, switch planes. No, budget won't allow for that. It's going to be driving to Ocala. Yeah. Jeez Louise. All right. Listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you all so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Love this stretch of weather. I will see you today on WESH 2 News at noon and WESH 2 News at 4 o'clock. Take care. Bye.